Today we're taking a look at a token deck. Now I know a lot of you out there are huge fans of these token builds, and today is a spicy one. We're talking about this Naya build, and there's one card in particular that caught my eye in these new cards and I had to build around today. It is called Over the Top. This is a sorcery speed card that says essentially it's going to count the number of non-land permanents on both yours and your opponent's side of the field, and then you're both going to go ahead and dig that many cards deep into your deck, and it's going to play every permanent card it finds onto the battlefield without any paying any mana cost, which is absolutely absurd if you're counting the amount of token creatures we're going to have on this battlefield, which is a lot. I'm sure I'm going to insert a video right about here to show you guys just how crazy this card can actually be. The rest of this deck looks pretty familiar. We're going to see a lot of the same old stuff here with these token builds in Naya. We've got things like King Darien, Jetmir, Wedding Announcement. But some new cards I did want to talk about are things like Awaken the Woods and the new Titania's Command. Now, Awaken the Woods and Titania's Command are cards we played before. Awaken the Woods is going to be able to pop a bunch of these tokens out onto the battlefield that are also going to allow us to ramp into our other spells. Keep in mind, these tokens are lands, so they don't work, perfectly with this Over the Top, but that does help us get to better plays, and they are tokens, which helps us with our things like Jetmir and whatnot. Titania's Command is busted in this deck. Titania's Command is meant for these token decks because of its last two abilities to create 2/2/2 bears and then also give 2 1/1 counters to your entire squad. Now, if you're talking about 10 token creatures on the battlefield, giving all of them 2 1/1 counters is kind of a big deal and can end a game on the spot. So this deck was a lot of fun. I know you're going to enjoy it, and we absolutely rolled the diamond ladder with this thing. So I know you're going to have some fun with this one. But before we go, there'll be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, full deck list in the links below. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, we do post videos 5 days a week, so be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. All that good stuff helps out an absolute ton. With that being said, enjoy today's games, guys. We'll see you at the end. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing some tokens, some Naya tokens. I know everybody loves some tokens action. This one's very, very good. We've already played a couple of games with it. It's absolutely absurd, the sort of things we can do with this thing. But kicking things off here with the Wedding Announcement into Jetmir is fine, especially because we go first. Most of the times, going second in this spot would be pretty bad, but I'm okay with it being the first. Being on the plate here. So but anyways, welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. Looks like mono red. So with mono red, we're gonna want to see our sweeper. Obviously, if we can somehow make that happen, that would be great. I do like the welcome here. We've got a lot of really cool new cards in this deck, guys, that are going to help us not only draw cards but ramp us up, and there's a lot of really cool things we can do in this deck. And we do find our sweeper. Wow. Okay. I honestly wasn't sure if we were going to find it or not, but I'm glad we did. Wedding Announcement comes down. Love that. Love that. I only splashed a couple of these sweepers in the deck because I'm not anticipating a ton of like mono red and mono whites, but the soldier deck is out there too. So it is something we got to keep in mind. So I did splash a couple of these in here for this sort of situation. But yeah, guys, our first game we played with this thing, I hope we can reenact it in some way, in shape or form during this video, because we did like negative 80 damage to the opponent to close out the game. It was so much fun. So much fun. All right, it's gonna be a Ronin. Okay, Ronin's pretty annoying, I can't lie. It keeps coming back for added value over and over again. You hate to see it. Hopefully they commit a little bit more to the board. I would really like to see the opponent maybe play another creature here. That way we can get a bigger Aria. Jetmir, though, is a 5/4 body. It might be worth just playing the Jetmir out this next turn because it doesn't die to the Aria, right? So that's the beauty of it. We can just play it out, and then we can go Aria next turn. It might be worth going that route. I do also have Beseiju, which does kill the Ronin, but no, they don't even go for okay, I didn't expect that play. Okay, well, this changes things quite a bit. Not too afraid of the board state now, but do I need to answer it? I don't know. Do I need to answer it? Do I just go with the Jetmir? Because they're gonna try to get the Phoenix chick off here, right? I think honestly, all I do here is go for the Gala Greeters to try to get that life gain. That might be a smoother move here, to be honest. Do we attack? We might as well, right? Because we're gonna get a, yeah, we're not gonna block with it. So let's just get another token here. Gain to 2 life. Back to 15. I think that's fine. I think Gala Greeters is the right play here because Gala Greeters, like I said, is that life gain over time. And if we keep, you know, spamming out these tokens, we're going to be able to just continuously gain all this life over and over again. We might lose Gala Greeters now after all, though, because we are wanting to potentially sweep the board now. So with that being said, do we just block with the Gala Greeters? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna have to sweep the board for sure here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Board sweep incoming. All right, we sweep the board, we attack in, we draw ourselves another card, and the opponent has to reset and rebuild here, which is great. Jetmir, though, I mean, we do have 3 total creatures if we play it, so we do get the Vigilance. That might be the move here. All right, that's fine. Firebrand on board. And Jetmir coming out for us. We do have a way to also, you know, gain some tokens as well down the road. We're going to swing in with both of these because I'm more than happy to make a trade if that's what they want to do. Plus, they have Vigilance so they can block on the return. So I'm in a really good spot here, honestly. I'm taking over the game as far as the pacing goes. I should be able to kill them before they can kill me. Unless, of course, they got some crazy burn spells to throw right at my face. But hopefully we get some more exciting games than this one down the road. The opponent being mono red doesn't make things very fun, but we also have some really, really cool new cards I want to try out. Some new command cards and whatnot. All right, we're definitely going to block. Just in case there's some shenanigans here, we'll double block. Obviously, I know Jetmir can block, but if there's shenanigans, we lose Jetmir, and I'm not about that. So I think we did the right thing here. Perfect. Fine by me. We technically get the block for that, and yeah, we're fine. So let's go here. Let's go here. And let's go here. Nice. We get the new command, and we get to swing in for more than lethal. GG's, my friend. GG's. Let's go. Even if we didn't somehow win right there, we had the new command coming down next turn, and that was going to be absolutely absurd. Dude, tokens, I'm telling you guys, watch today. If we go undefeated, I'm not going to be surprised. This thing is nuts. I feel like I might have jinxed myself with that going undefeated comment there, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. I stand by it. If we do honestly go undefeated with this thing, it wouldn't be that much of a shocker. I've already won 3 with it right now. I don't think we've dropped a single game. So, and some of them, you know, some of these games, like I said, have been absolutely gnarly. The first one in particular, being able to do what we did. We have this new enchantment, or I'm sorry, it's a sorcery card, right? This new sorcery card that allows us to basically play free spells from the top of our deck. And we were able to hit it off the rabble rousing. There was this really crazy combo we had, but I'm super excited, man. This thing is sweet. This thing is sweet. We got Awaken the Woods. Hopefully we find something a little bit sooner, though, that we can cast. Maybe a 2-drop here would be great. Join the Dance or a Gala Greeters. Particularly Gala would be nice. Let's go! Okay, magic's easy. That's what I'm talking about. Can't believe we actually hit that. All right, next turn we have King Darien. It's not a bad play. We give King Darien down on the battlefield. We generate a treasure, which gets us closer to a rabble rousing. Wouldn't be too bad of a play. Sorry, you can hear my dog. He's barking at the wind like usual. Good old Marshall. We got Iggy and we got Marshall. Marshall loves to bark at the wind. I don't even need to know. I just hear the bark. I know it's Marshall. All right, so let's go with this and this. Nothing changes here. The opponent didn't really do anything that last turn, so we'll go ahead and just create the treasure token. Try to get the rabble rousing down early. Say go. This game's gonna be nuts. I have a feeling we're gonna go. You know, we're gonna pop off here. I feel like. Gala Greeters is the only card in here that has some synergies, but also some downside to playing it, right? So Gala Greeters is one of those cards that doesn't directly play with tokens, but because we spam so many tokens onto the battlefield, we're going to get a ton of triggers off of it, right? Which is fantastic. But obviously our sweeper usually will hit it and kill it. And there's King Darien, by the way, which, you know, sacks itself, but it doesn't give indestructibility to the Gala. So it's the only card in the deck that doesn't, you know, purely synergize with the build, but I'd still prefer to have it in the spot over, let's say, Join the Dance, because we got the treasure, right? So the treasure is going to get us an early rabble rousing, so on and so forth. All right. The opponent has now shown us blue, which is a bit of a problem. We thought they were Mardu, but now they have blue, so they're 4 colors. That makes things very nerve-wracking, I can't lie. That makes me almost not want to play into, let's say, like a make disappear effect. What do we do? Yeah, let's not run the rabble rousing out into the opponent just yet. Let's go ahead and let's play this. And then we'll go Join the Dance. They have something, guys. I know that they have the Bank Buster, obviously, but they also, I'm pretty sure, have something. They keep highlighting my cards like they're going to do something. They, in particular, King Darien. They keep targeting King Darien. Sure, whatever. We'll just, it doesn't matter. We don't need to sacrifice it. It does nothing for us right now, but let's just go and do it anyways. And then they draw a card. Okay. So maybe no counter spells from the opponent, which feels good. I'm glad to know that. Treasure, 1/1 counter. Nice, we get a land. We do need that. And we attack into the opponent here. Say go. And rabble rousing definitely can make a drop next turn, I think, because we've kind of proven, not proven, but kind of given them an opportunity to make some big counters there, especially with our card draw mechanic, and they didn't take it. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And they tap their blue source here, so I'm feeling even better now. I hate the idea of having to play around counters that may or may not be there. It always makes you, it always disrupts what you're trying to do, even if it's not there, you know? It's like, it's doing its job in 2 different ways. If you play an island down, it's the most obnoxious color. Let's just say that. I'm a big fan of blue. I like playing blue. Not a big fan of playing against it, though. All right, the opponent is going to get a beat down here. Do we eat the treasure or not? Yeah, I'm gonna eat the treasure. All right, we eat the treasure here. Hopefully we get something good. That'll work. That'll work. There we go. All 3 triggers on the Gala Greeters. We get a Wandering Emperor. Nice. Very nice. And the opponent now has a lot of mana to work with. I would imagine seeing an Invoke Despair here pretty soon. They've got all the swamps on the battlefield, so wouldn't be surprising. Path of Peril. Not a card I expected, but a good one nonetheless. All right, so we've got an interesting turn here to try to figure out. Maybe we go with, I don't know. Is it a Flash the Wandering Emperor in type of a play? I think so. Let's go with King Darien. I was thinking about either King Darien there or Wandering Emperor or Arlen, and I decided on Wandering Emperor, so it'll have to do. With the Wandering Emperor, at least we can kind of play around stuff like that. I wasn't going to say that. With Wandering Emperor, at least we can create the token, right? And at instant speed, and then hopefully get the rabble rousing going again. But in this case, we're just going to go ahead and save King Darien. We're going to save King Darien, and then that way they just waste their card for no reason. That works out for us pretty nicely. And now, if we get a 2/2 body off the Wandering Emperor, that's also going to be a free card draw. So, a lot of good stuff happening from this this turn. Excuse me. I still don't really know what the opponent's up to. It's like removal tribal, it looks like, of some sorts. Here comes the crew up, sure. I can't allow them to hit the Wandering Emperor, so I am going to have to block with the King Darien, which does feel bad. But it did its job, right? It distracted for a little while. At least long enough to get us the Wandering Emperor down and protect it, so I'll take it. I could use the Wandering Emperor's ability too, just to, you know, exile that Architect, which would be interesting. That might be a good move. All right, they're sacking their land to draw a card. I love that. A little bit of a desperation play, I would feel like, but okay, so I do feel like that's the play here, right? I feel like this gotta go. I feel like this is fine. Oh, they scoop it up. Wow. Okay, they must have run out of sweeper cards or answers to my rabble rousing down on the battlefield, because Arlen was going to get us 2 wolves there, obviously. And then I was honestly debating on whether or not to play this for 1, so we would have got another token there potentially, but probably not. Double rabble rousing next turn, though, would have been absolutely absurd. So GG's to the opponent. GG. All right, so we did just play another game. You guys are not going to see it in this video, unfortunately, because I did have to make the cut. I do that sometimes just to save you guys a bit of a headache, just because the game was kind of boring. I mean, there was a lot of roping going on, stuff like that. So it is what it is. We just, you know, make the cut, keep it moving. I also did one little tiny adjustment to the deck. I did cut 1 Titania's Command because I had 3 in the deck. I cut it down to 2, and I added in 1 Over the Top. Because Over the Top is the card I wanted to show you guys the most, and I really, really hope we're able to show you guys in today's video, because it is so cool. It's a sorcery that allows us to put just an absurd amount of permanence onto the battlefield. It acts as like a big over the top, just janky win con, a big win more type of a card that I can't wait to show. So I added 1 more copy of that in the deck today, so hopefully we get the chance to showcase that. Opponent showing Azorius colors. You hate to see it. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting card. I wonder what card they're going to call out, though. You got to be a pretty smart player to play that card. I want to try it myself, but I'm really afraid I'm going to mess it up. That card is... You got to call your shot, man. You got to call your shot. If you guys don't know, this card, basically, they're going to allow them to search my deck for a card that they call out and then basically take it completely out of my deck. So let's see how they play this. I'm not the opponent. I don't think I'm the opponent you want to be playing against when you run a card like that. And the reason I'm saying that is because we don't run meta. We don't run anything that's super popular half the time. So you're going to be really having a hard time trying to figure out what we're doing. Because most of the time I have a hard time trying to figure out what I'm doing. You know what I mean? How do you get into someone's brain who doesn't even know how to operate their own brain? Meta. Think about it. Think about it. See, they're afraid to even pull the trigger. They're like, I don't know, man. Let's wait and see. All right, let's see what happens when we attack with both of these, if there's any sort of interaction. There's not. Hopefully this doesn't get countered. It could be a make disappear. No? Okay, we get to draw a card. Let's go. Clutch. We get the land. We do need more lands, but not necessarily what I was hoping for. Teferi. You do have to sacrifice this, right? Yeah, exile it. Interesting. Okay. They just plus Teferi. Okay. I think Jetmir's the play here. Jetmir's the play here because I need to get Teferi's loyalty as low as possible, right? So let's get Jetmir down on the field and just get, you know, Teferi down a bit. Okay, Awaken the Woods is interesting. It does help us ramp, right? Which is great, but don't know if I need it right this moment. I think we're doing okay without it. I mean, I guess it is a lot of tokens, though, which could get Jetmir's ability even higher. Yeah, I think we're going to win this one pretty easily. The opponent off to a bit of a slow start, not being able to answer Jetmir there was pretty bad. They're gonna regret that. They're gonna regret the fact that they did not answer it in some way, shape, or form. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, trample's fine and everything. I think what I need to do though is this. This. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attack in to both their planeswalkers. And then we draw a card, we flip over. I think that's a very good play for us here. We were able to kill 2 planeswalkers and their artifact in 1 turn, which is pretty nutty. And we still got a full hand to work with here and a full board state. So they need a sweeper here. Essentially, if they don't have a sweeper, they're in trouble. Yeah, they're in trouble. All right.
Nobody knows the past better than me.
They are in trouble. How about a little bit of bears and counters, yeah? I say that's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and kill you. Wait, do I have lethal? 60. Oh, we have way more than lethal. We have way more than lethal. Let's go. All right, GG's. GG's. I am the king of missing lethal, guys. I am sorry for that, but it does happen a lot, unfortunately. All right, still no over the top play. Still looking for it. We're still looking for it. I wish I... Sometimes when you're like make a deck, right, and you're like trying to make content for people, doing this whole content creation thing, you make the deck, you play it a little bit because you don't want to look absolutely stupid playing it. So I'm playing it, and the first game turns out to be the most busted over, like, craziest game you've ever had, and then you can't recreate it, and then it makes you really sad. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case today. I'm hoping we can hit the over the top at some point in today's game. I kept the 2-lander, which is very scary because we're not running any more than 24 lands in this deck, but I'm hoping the Gala Greeters can get us out of trouble here with its treasures. And then we also have some draw mechanics here, so I'm hoping. We'll see. Oh, let's go. That's huge. Okay. The opponent, though, running Bant and then black and white. Okay, so more multicolored shenanigans. Let's see what they do with this attack here. Yep. Sure. All right. Void Rend, huh? So we're basically Esper, it looks like, but with a splash of green for whatever reason. That's what I'm taking away from this so far. But it could just be 5 colors in general, and we'll see. But so far, predominantly Esper. Drawing 2 cards every turn seems pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But if I hit a land here, I could possibly play Join the Dance, which could be pretty silly. Pretty silly to get down a Gala and a Join the Dance back to back, get the treasures and all that. Let's go. It worked out. Okay, we're gonna get the treasures, which means we're gonna get the rabble rousing next turn, baby. Let's go. Treasures, 1/1 counter. You'd love to see it. I almost got greedy there. I almost played a second welcome there, which wouldn't have been the answer, I don't think. Depopulate. Blah, wah, wah. All right, whatever. Whatever, dude. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2. Awkward mana here. Awkward mana. I think I'm gonna go ahead and flash in the Wandering Emperor. That seems fun. Flash in the Wandering Emperor, create a 2/2 on their turn, drawing me an extra card. And then we'll create another 2/2 on my turn, drawing another card. Rabble rousing. Then we should be good to go. Then we should be good to go. 2 bank busters. Not much going on this turn, which is great. Auto pay, sure, we'll take some damage. Why not? Create a 2/2, draw a card. More land is not bad. Rabble rousing. Let's go. That's the card we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. That's the card we're looking for.
We must protect the people.
All right, the Awaken the Woods doesn't work super great, obviously, with the over the top, because it's a card that basically, if you guys don't know, it says basically however many non-land permanents we have, we get to go look at that many cards at the top of our deck, me and the opponent, and then we get to play permanents for free onto the battlefield without paying any sort of mana cost. So it's really, really busted. But obviously, Awaken the Woods, they create these land creature tokens, so they don't count as the towards the permanents, but everything else does. So how do we okay, so we're gonna get six creatures, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's do this. All right, so we're gonna go with Arlen, right? Arlen's gonna get us 2 more creatures. 6, that'll be 8 total creatures. 8 total creatures. 9, 10. 10 creatures, which means we finally get to play over the top for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 permanents coming down onto the battlefield, potentially. Ready? Here we go. Boom! Oh, what did we get? What did we get? Another rabble rousing. Okay. Another rabble rousing. Definitely going to take that. And oh, okay. Wandering Emperor. I love it. I love it. All right. We had finished the attack here. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And might as well play this out as well. Start drawing 2 cards per turn. That is how that works, guys. And that is why I wanted to make sure I put 1 extra in the deck so I could show you guys that. Now, are we still going to lose this game? Probably. And you want to know why I think that? Because I think the opponent's running Farewell. And if they're running Farewell, never mind. Never mind. I was going to say, if they're running Farewell, we're toast. But we would be left over with 2 Planeswalkers, which would have been nice. But, oh well, GG. All right, that was one of those moments where it's like, okay, my work here is done. I did exactly what I was trying to do. I showcased how busted that card can be. And now we can just have fun. We just got to try to win games now. We don't have to play in a different manner, like, you know, searching for that big janky play. If it happens, it happens. But for now, we just focus up and we go hard in the paint. We got a really good start here. Little turn 2, join the dance. Turn 3, King Darian is always nice. All right. All right. Just making sure we didn't screw up the mana drops there. All right. The opponent's got a reliquary. So they've got enchantments and artifacts. And they've got Selesnya colors. Okay. Not too sure what's going on just yet. Not yet. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Auto pay. Deal the damage. Get the 1/1s. King Darian comes in. Everything gets pumped to the moon. And then we drop an Arlen. I think that curve is pretty nasty if you ask me. I'd hate to be on the receiving end of it. But they did go first. And they are tokens as well, it looks like, potentially. So you never know. Actually, what card did they just lose here? They lost a card that says return target artifact or creature card of mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's a creature enters the battlefield this way, additional 1/1 counter. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Man, it would be such an investment to make blocks there, but our 1/1s are going to become much bigger. So I think the bigger picture is that we just hang on to it. All right, King Darian, auto pay. I was trying to take as little amount of damage as possible there. I think that was the best way to do it. All right, pass the turn. King Darian's on the field. Say go. Next turn, we've got Arlen, or we can get, you know, aggressive with the Cabaretti charm and, you know, pick off one of these Gala Greeters. It's hard to say. This is at a 0 right now, so I'm not too worried about it. That's annoying. Because they get a treasure token, right? Yeah, so they can get 3 treasure tokens here, which is going to be as much mana as they could ever ask for. But no, they're actually just going to pump up their Gala Greeters. Interesting choice. All right, there's the treasures. Almost no doubt in my mind now that they're gonna get those. Yep. Go ahead and send them through if you don't mind. I would love to block. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Oh, that's a good card. Let's get Arlen down though. And we'll follow Arlen next with the Jetmir, and we'll be able to play it with Flash if we want to, but I doubt that's going to be the case. No attacks. Jetmir's going to end this game. Obviously, they're going wide. We're going wide. But if they're not showing any red mana here, I would imagine they don't have a play as big as Jetmir, because Jetmir is about as big as you can go as long as your board state is absolutely absurd, which I was just getting there. It is getting there. Another Jewel Thief triggers the Gala Greeters again. Yada yada. King Darien holding priority because of its indestructibility clause, which is a bit annoying, but it's fine. Just keep passing the turn. That's an interesting card to see. What exactly is their deck trying to do? This got some reanimation tactics to it. It's trying to put this on things like this so it can keep the trample forever on other creatures. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do just yet. Okay. We allow it. I thought they were going to go face, and I really don't care if they kill Arlen. I thought maybe they were going to go face, and I actually considered blocking, but now I don't really consider too much blocking on this. We're going to go ahead and say go. And Jetmir seems like the solid play here, I think. Everything gets pumped up. We get the vigilance. Everything's absolutely massive. Do we start sending things through? Now, that's the big question here. Do we start sending things through? The opponent is going to want to block, I would imagine, right? 5, 10, 14, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, we got more than lethal, so they're going to have to block something, which I don't think they're going to be too afraid to do so. They're going to probably block Darien here, but then they make that trade. I think attacking here is the wise decision here. I could lose a lot, but they're also going to lose a lot. Plus, we have vigilance, so I don't see why we wouldn't attack here. It just doesn't make much sense not to, if I'm being honest. I'm okay to lose Darien. We have a backup. We have a backup Jetmir as well. We're definitely putting their backs against the wall here, I think. Being aggressive, not really my play style, but you know what? In this case, you gotta be aggressive. They're definitely gonna clean house here a little bit. Double block. We trade here. We trade here. Yeah, that's all fair. That's fine. They're only left with what? Just a couple Gala Greeters and just one card in hand? I'll take it. I'll take it. Still left with 3 creatures of our own, so Jetmir still giving the vigilance, and we can get the trample back next turn by playing out Cabaret Charm or even join the dance. We'll see how this goes. If we get a land, we'll go with the King Darien and the Cabaret Charm. They might look to gain some life now. We'll see. Whenever enters a battlefield, mill 3 cards. You may put a plains card or a creature card mana value 3 or less from among them. Exile the way in your hand. If you don't, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Okay. They took a card. Yeah, they're out of time, my friends. They are out of time. They get the trample, sure. Don't really care. Don't really care. All right. I think the best thing we can do here is maximize getting the trample, right? We need 5, or no, we need 6 to get the trample. Ooh, okay. We're not going to be able to get to the 6 then. Okay, so if we can't get to the 6, we might as well play King Darien, right? Taking another damage here that feels so bad. All right, so if we swing through, which more than likely is, I mean, that should be the answer here, right? Seems like the play. Okay, let's think about this. I swing through, they block. Yeah, I think attacking here is the move, guys. I think it is. I think it's the move. I'm doing the math here, trying to figure out how they would return the fire here, and I think this is definitely the play. right, I didn't expect that block, but you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because we are still left over with some stuff here that can make some blocks against the Gala here, and as long as we can survive and not die to the Gala, we're gonna be okay. What are the odds they have a combat trick? Like, what if they have a Wandering Emperor? You know what I mean? I don't think I want to walk into something like that. All right, go ahead and play it. Wandering Emperor, was I right? If I was right, I'm going to be pretty happy. All right, that's fine. It still definitely could be the Wandering Emperor, and they might be holding it up, obviously for purposes of like exiling my creature. Jetmir, where do we go? Boom and boom. I do think we go here and here. Take the 1 damage. Dang, we're taking 2 damage because we're gonna need to take another damage for this. Wow, I can't believe we don't have any white sources. That's kind of nuts. All right, we do have this at instant speed though, so hopefully we play at instant speed. We take the 1, we can protect our life total from the total of 6 damage. The opponent though, again, we gotta anticipate that they have that Wandering Emperor, so we gotta make sure we do some serious overtime blocks here. All right, we can't take a damage here. We can't take any more. So let's just anticipate that the opponent has the ability to give this the 1/1 counter and first strike, right? So let's think about that while we make our blocks. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's enough to block all 7 damage. It would still really suck though, because then we would because then we die to the first strike ability. It's pretty annoying. I really hope there's no Wandering Emperor here, man. I really, really hope not. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Was that really it? Was that the card you were holding the whole time? Oh my gosh. Whew. Whew. Oh, and we get a white source, so we don't have to die if we play Jetmir. Thank God. Thank God. Is that how we win though? We can't win that way, huh? We can't really win anyway here. So we'll just flash this in then maybe. We'll flash this in. I'm glad I got a white source there though, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was so excited. I might have honestly pulled the trigger on playing like a Jetmir into dealing myself damage and losing the game. So, all right, that's fine. As long as it doesn't have haste. As long as it doesn't have haste. Create 2. Wait, hold on. I might win here. I could kill this and just win. There's 2 ways I can win here. I can deal damage to this and kill it, but then the ward is 1. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'm gonna go around it. I'm gonna stick to the original game plan, which is to create more bodies and just go wide. Okay. Ooh, the good game. Is it good game because it's really a good game, or let's go. Whew, okay. That was very intense, very intense. I could have used the ability though of the charm to just deal damage to that and then clear the way for my 2 powered attacker, but that works too, going wide and whatnot. So GG. that is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to talk about this deck and break it down a little bit further, but before I do so, I wanted to give you guys a huge shout out if you made it this far into the video. It does mean a ton to me because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and YouTube loves to see that stuff. So thanks for helping me out with that. And with that being said, though, let's take a look at today's build, man. So a lot of really fun cards here, man. A lot of fun things in this deck, but the thing we want to talk about the most is this over the top. This is a brand new card. It's absurd. If you're running this in tokens, it makes a lot of sense because of the fact that you guys got to see of us being able to put a ton of permanents onto the battlefield, not to mention that treasures counted as well, which is crazy. We were able to throw down a huge amount of permanents onto the field. Now, the first time we hit this off of videos, the first game we played, it was even more absurd. We hit like 2 rabble rousings. We hit a Jetmir. It was enough to end the game on the spot. But it's insane, guys. In a token deck, this is where its home is. This is where it belongs. Speaking of where things belong, Titania's Command definitely belongs here as well. This has 2 abilities on here with the bears and the 1/1 counters that just makes so much sense in this build because, you know, getting the bears and then also throwing 2 1/1 counters on every permanent or all of your creatures essentially is really crazy when you think about having a rabble rousing down and having a field full of 15 1/1s. It's going to shut someone down on the spot. So it's very, very good. Also offering you 2 other abilities that may be pretty relevant to you down the road in some sort of spot that may be tough. So a very, very cool card here. Obviously a rabble rousing deck. Jetmir, we don't need to say too much about these. They're kind of our finishing cards here in most cases. This deck can win in a lot of ways if you can't tell. Jetmir, rabble rousing. The Planeswalkers, I went with Wandering Emperor, and if you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of Arlen in these token builds because it can create these tokens, obviously, but also because of its ability to bring our other tokens into the battlefield with additional power, which is really, really helpful. Now, we go down to the bottom of our list. We got the early game with Gala Greeters into the Join the Dance. These are our 2 drops. Obviously, both are very, very good for what they do. We did talk about how Gala Greeters isn't perfectly synergized with things like the Aria. Aria being our sweeper of choice. It gets to sweep the board from things like soldiers, mono red. We do run into those things occasionally, so having the sweeper is very helpful. It does hit our Gala Greeters though, so it is something to think about. But Gala Greeter synergizes well with the rest of the deck because we are going to be able to hit all 3 of these triggers on a consistent basis. And then we go right into our wedding announcement, which we've done before many, many times. But I also tried out this new card, this Tokasia's Welcome. This thing is really, really cool. Being able to draw cards every time a creature hits the field is awesome. Obviously, I know you guys are probably thinking, what about Welcoming Vampire? Well, it's a really good card too. You can put it in the spot for sure, but I'm choosing this card because you get to draw a card if creatures enter with power 3 or less, not 2. So if I'm not mistaken, I just want to make sure I don't screw that up. For some reason, I feel like I'm going to say that and I'm wrong. Yeah, it's power 2 or less. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so this card, like I thought, gives you a little bit more flexibility. It's not a creature, it's not a flying body attached to it, but you do get the added benefit of things like the wedding announcement being flipped over, or the King Darien pumping up the rest of the squad, or, you know, this pumps up the squad. There's a lot of things that pump up the squad, so being able to just draw cards in most cases is going to be really helpful, especially, you know, when things are coming in at 3 power. You're going to lose a lot of that effect with the Welcoming Vampire, so this is always going to be pretty good in the deck for card draw. Then we got Cabaretti's Charm splashed in because it's just a really good tool if you're going to run Naya with tokens. Not only getting you tokens, but it also deals damage to things. It's a very, very good card. And then you can also win the game by giving things trample. Awaken the Woods. Awaken the Woods. We saw this card in play a few times. Very, very cool card. I think it's very helpful in these Naya token decks because, you know, obviously creating us a ton of tokens, which can be used as real threats and weapons with things like Jetmir when they hit the field, but also ramps us into our bigger spells, which is very, very helpful. Keep in mind, though, you can't use it with the over the top. I ran into that problem once before. I thought I was going to get a bunch of permanents, but I didn't because these don't actually count because they're actually, you know, lands. But anyways, the deck, guys, a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed, and it was actually very powerful, so I know you guys are going to get some wins with this bad boy. But anyways, we're going to end the video here. Start on the next one for tomorrow. There will be a video again tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And then we're going to be going back to our normal Monday through Friday schedule. And then, yeah, we're going to keep it grinding, man. But before I get out of here, as always, huge shout out to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the membership program here on the channel. So I got to give these guys a huge shout out and let them know how much I appreciate them, and, you know, give them my thanks at the end of every video because they do help support me, and I want to make sure they know that, you know, their help is much, much appreciated. So thank you for everything, guys. means the world to me. And with that being said, though, we're gonna end the video here. We'll see you guys back here again tomorrow for another one. Until next time, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't